Willie D Live.
What's up, family? After platforming Nolan Wells' so-called friend, Warren Hudson, to give his incredible side of the murder mystery story, Officer Tatum is now going after Nolan Wells' grieving mother. Yeah, fam. Check out what this dude posted on his Instagram. Newly shared text messages show Nolan Wells' mother caught lying about not having any parents reach out to her regarding her missing son. Warren Hudson's stepmom, Ashlee Cole, exclusively shares new text message revealing she reached out to Nolan's mother prior to Nolan's mother claiming nobody reached out. Nolan's mother later corrected herself on CNN. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, check out this dude. This is the text message. Christine, this is Ashlee Cole. If or when you ever want to talk to me, this is my number. Now, why was it even necessary for him to post this? Okay, you want to post it? Fine. But why was it necessary for him to insult a grieving mother? Why was that necessary? I submit to you that Officer Tatum was just doing what Officer Tatum does. Throw black people under the bus at any cost. It don't matter who it is, what they're going through. This dude is for white supremacy. I'm talking about he is team white supremacy 100%. He's like the Clarence Thomas of influencers. This dude does not miss an opportunity to say something negative about black folks. He always has strong opinions about black people's plight, but he never, and I mean never, critiques white folks. Never. See, that's how you know he ain't buy shit. It's one thing to critique your people. Okay, if you are doing the work, I mean, I guess you have a right if you're actually doing the work, if you're doing something, if you're actually helping. But if you're standing over there on the sideline and just talking down on your people, you ain't putting no work in. I can see you complaining because you're frustrated that not enough is being done or things aren't happening fast enough, right? But to constantly just attack your own people, who else does that? Like, what other group of people do you know that has like several, I mean, like really hordes of members of their group that constantly points out the worst of what they have to offer, their worst behavior, right? Because all groups have good and bad. But Officer Tatum only sees the bad in the black groups. He only sees the bad in the black group. He don't see the bad in no other groups. Yeah. And Officer Tatum constantly regurgitates white supremacist talking points. I mean, if you close your eyes and just heard him talk, you would think he's absolutely some redneck out in Alabama or Mississippi somewhere. This dude is a cancer to the black community. He's actually a cancer to American society because having somebody like him who constantly validates white supremacist ideology is dangerous. White supremacy ideology is dangerous, even to white folks. It's just some of them don't even know. They're not smart enough to catch it. Others know, but the rest of them ain't smart enough to know that that whole thing is working against them and is going to continue to work against them. Here are the actual words that Christine Wonsley said.
Different accounts of how long he's known them, and I was wondering also if you folks have spoken to those families since they lawyered up.
High school friends. is when we found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that second part again.
Have they talked to the families? No.
I haven't spoken.
Last question. They haven't spoken to the families.
Thanks so much for having us. I want to speak to
Okay. Now, that's when she basically misspoke, but she corrected herself here.
The parents, again, they've offered, and I need to correct myself because I think yesterday in one of the interviews, I think I said that maybe none of them, I want to say 2 or 3 of them have reached out. Just the first one expressing her condolences, another one just saying, hey, give me a call if and when you're ready type of deal. And then another one just, sorry for your loss, but hey, we need to talk type of thing. And you know what? it hasn't, are we at a week? My brain is mush. We're all over the place emotionally. This has been a difficult situation. I cannot express how hard this has been on not just us as parents, but also his siblings. They are struggling too with the fact that they do not have their brother.
Now, those comments were made before Officer Race Tatum posted this disrespect. What was the point? She caught herself before she was called to the carpet. She spoke on it. Hey, yo, I made a mistake. Boom. You move on. Keep in mind, fam, this is a grieving mother. Tatum acts just like the rest of them. The uncivilized much. They don't care about your grief. In fact, they laugh at your grief. They laugh at your pain. This is why I feel nothing for them. Nothing. As a police officer or former police officer, Tatum knows that public statements made during grief might be emotional, inconsistent, or deeply personal. He knows that. But he did this anyway to cater to the base. Who was his base? A whole bunch of white folks stuck in the past. Yeah, the ones that want their country back, the ones that run around with the MAGA hats, the ones who march up and down the street with their faces covered, screaming racial epithets. Them. That's his audience. That's who pays his bills. That's who puts money in his pocket. So that's who he placates. Yeah. What a sad, sad existence. But I get it's not for him. Like we can't understand how somebody can be like that. Like people that have genuine compassion, that have empathy, we can't understand that type of thing. These people, they don't have a conscience. This is why you can have sellouts like Tatum. You can have people like him who constantly throw his own people under the bus for a paycheck. And then you got those who will do it for nothing. Yeah, fam. You got unemployed coons out there. You got broke coons out there. They ain't even trying to get no money. They just walking around hating for nothing. They just mad at being black. Mad at black folks for no reason, for nothing. Just go around mad, just talking bad about black people every chance they get. You know who it is? Sometimes you can't recognize them because they wear nice suits and things of that nature, Not the broke one. I'm talking about the ones who got a little paper. The ones who got a little paper, you may not be able to recognize them because, usually, they have some form of education, dress well, live nice. They got the appearance of success, right? So they got all the outer trappings of success, but inside they're rotten to the core. They're a failure as a human being. They're a failure, and that hurts them. That's the biggest part of their contempt for their own people. They're the ones that, well, I don't mess with niggas. That's my own shopping. That's my own do business with. But you go and do business with other folks who fail all the time. You do business with other folks who fall short all the time. When your lights go off, how many of y'all say, that's why I don't do business with? When them lights go off, when you have an interruption in your phone service, black folks ain't got nothing to do with that. And you be mad because it's messing with your money. You be mad because it's messing with your communication. But you don't call out the energy company. You know, you don't call out the electric company. You don't call out the internet company. You don't call out the telecommunications company. You don't call out AT&T, Verizon. Yeah, you might say something about them and you keep on moving. You don't scramble to go try to find another network to join. No, you do not do that, because you know your place as a mental slave. You know your place. And it really hurts your heart to hear people like me talk, a free man. And it really messes with your heart, because you can't understand, how can he be free? He's black. How can he be a free thinker? How can he not bow down to the great glory of whiteness? Boy, that Uncle Ruckus is shining through. Yeah, this man is going after a grieving mother. And it goes to show you what type of people follow him, because none of them called him out. None of them say, hey man, that's a little too far. You know what? Pump your brakes. They encourage it. They encourage it. This is why I feel nothing for these uncivilized mutts, fam. This is why if they ever run up on me, I'm going to give them everything they've ever been looking for. And I'm going to give them everything that everybody else forgot to give them. For real. No more talk.